What's up, YouTube? It's me, Leon. Back at another video. Let's do this. I just read the book As a Man Thinketh by what's his name? I forgot the name, but it's called As a Man Thinketh. Okay, and it's a really good short book. It basically talks about like how your mind is like a garden, okay? And you could like plant seeds that will grow and bear fruit eventually. And sometimes if you don't take care of your garden, weeds will grow and it'll just get really messy. So like it's very important to like take care of your garden and like really plant the right seeds. This book also talks about thinking like in a positive mindset. Whatever you think becomes your reality, so try and think thoughts that are more positive, and your life will become better as a result. If you have more positive thoughts, your life is already better than it is. You could be a really rich man and have negative thoughts and your life is shit. And you could be a poor man and have really good thoughts and your life is good. So, but the main goal is to have good thoughts and be rich and prosperous. So, yeah, self-responsibility, it like calls for individuals to be accountable for how they feel, and really your mindset is everything. If you have a bad mindset, it will ruin, it will show in your external factors like how you live and how much money you make, and that if you have a negative mindset. So it's very important to like switch it around and de-weed your garden and really grow some fruit and some trees and some beautiful, and make your garden beautiful like in your mind, because this is very important. Your mindset is very important to like how you live life. So yeah. Yeah, positive thoughts, constructive positive thoughts build a better life. So try and really tell yourself like you're having a great day, like, and try and have more good days than bad days, you know, like every day you wake up in the morning, say a quote, you know, or something positive that will get your day going, you know. So, and yeah, so there's like bad thoughts that you could have. So like animalistic thoughts, impure thoughts, thoughts of fear, lazy thoughts, hateful thoughts, selfish thoughts. Let's go through them, okay? So you got animalistic thoughts. So bad habits of drinking and sex, circumstances of disease. So if you have animalistic thoughts, it'll lead you to, you know, do like drinking, having sex with random people, or just in general, just overly indulging in those animalistic desires to like just gratify yourself. So you have to be careful of those thoughts because they lead to disease. Drinking, you drink too much, you get sick. You have too much, you know, intercourse with people, like you, or even just like masturbating, you know, like that will lead you into disease. But mostly having intercourse with people, that's more where the disease part comes from. All right, so impure thoughts, draining and confusing habits, circumstances of distraction and hostility. So, draining and confusing habits, that's interesting. I'm trying to put that into like an explanation in a way. Circumstances of distractions and hostility. Well, impure thoughts would be like bad thoughts, like, oh, I'm gonna rob a bank or something like that. So, or like, I'm gonna fight someone, and that's not good. I'm trying to give you a better explanation, but I'm still learning myself. So, thoughts of fear, doubt, and indecision equals weak and nervous habits, which equals circumstances of failure and dependence. That's crazy. Thoughts of fear, doubt, and indecision equal weak and nervous habits. So, like, maybe being timid, or not speaking up when someone disrespects you leads to circumstances of failure and dependence. Lazy thoughts. This one's a little bit easier for me to explain. So, lazy thoughts, habits of uncleanliness and dishonesty, circumstances of filth. So obviously, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not cleaning, showering, or brushing your teeth, that will show as you're uncleanly and dishonest, which is very interesting. I didn't think about the dishonest part. That's actually kind of cool. I'm trying to think of a situation where I've met someone who was like uncleanly and like they didn't have good hygiene and they were dishonest. That's interesting how that links together. Now I know if someone's musty. If someone's musty, they're dishonest, okay? Like, I don't know. I'm not saying for every situation, but I'm just gonna take that with a grain of salt and take it, and use it. So, if someone's uncleanly, like, I don't know if that means they're dishonest. Oh, that's such a good one. Next one, hateful thoughts, habits of accusation equals habits of accusation and violence, circumstances of injury and persecution. So, if you're mad, like, and you don't know what to do, you're gonna fight people, you're gonna yell at people, you're gonna be extremely disrespectful because you feel mad. So that will lead to habits of accusation and violence, which I just said, like yelling at people, fighting people, and that leads to circumstances of injury. You could get hurt from fighting, or persecution, which is I think persecution means like being like put in jail, maybe. I'm not too sure. Like being guilty of something. I think that's what persecution means. Selfish thoughts, habits of self-seeking, circumstances of loneliness. So if you're selfish, it ultimately equals in loneliness. That's interesting. Okay. So I guess if I'm reflecting on myself, I guess I was super lonely, and that equals me being selfish. Because I'm thinking back in the past where I felt so lonely. I was probably being really selfish. Yeah. And it's amazing how I did a 180 and like went the other way, and now I embrace people and I give people stuff, and and it shows how less lonely I am now because I'm giving to people. So that's actually, I'm glad I'm talking about this because I just figured that out about myself. So yeah. And then, so that's all the bad thoughts so far. Animalistic thoughts, impure thoughts, thoughts of fear, lazy thoughts, hateful thoughts, selfish thoughts. Stay away from those thoughts. Think better thoughts. And if you want to figure out the good thoughts, I recommend picking up the book As a Man Thinketh and really get the audiobook. It's like $3, you know? And it's short. It's like an hour long. Listen to it. It'll help a lot. Trust me. This book really like opened my mind to a lot of things. So sorry if I'm looking at myself in the camera, so it kind of looks like I'm not looking at you. So I gotta fix that. So the last thing about this book is getting to serenity. That feeling of serenity, which I don't know how that feels yet. I'm still learning how to get to that point where I feel serene. I don't, I've been struggling for a long time trying to figure out how am I gonna make enough money to live, or live on my own, or how do I become a successful person and the goals that I want to achieve. How do I do that? And I haven't felt serene once in my life, I don't think. So I'm looking forward to how that feels, and hopefully it feels good. I don't know how to point out when I feel that feeling, but serene, what does that even mean? Let me look it up. Serene. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't felt those feelings, well, in a long time, I guess. Maybe when I was a kid I felt serene, but for the longest time I haven't felt calm or peaceful. I think I can like manifest it now to feel those feelings, like calm, peaceful, even not being successful. I think it's possible. I'm gonna practice that. But yeah, these are like what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope this video was helpful and insightful. If you like when I break down books like this that I read, and if you like that kind of content, leave a comment, a like, share it with somebody that you know. Yeah, I hope this helped you, and I hope that you have a blessed night or day or whatever time it is for you. I hope everything's going good for you and that life is good and you're enjoying everything with positive thoughts. And yeah, stay positive, stay happy, stay healthy. Peace.